There's been some hype recently regarding Manus AI. It's this fully autonomous AI agent released by this startup company in China called Monica back in the 6th of March, my birthday. And it doesn't just follow commands, it thinks, plans, and acts completely on its own. People are calling it a game changer for automation, and honestly, yeah, I guess it's okay. But the most important thing about this is that it's giving you a glimpse on the future and what AGI could look like. You know, interest in this has exploded, but there's a catch. You can't access it just like that. It's invite only, and these invites are also getting resold for thousands of dollars. Pretty interesting though, where this could be headed towards. But I started digging, and what I found is an open source alternative to Manus AI called Open Manus. These guys build it in 3 hours. But that's not all. I also found a private chat group where people are breaking down how Manus works in the background. They tried jailbreaking it with prompts, and they figured out a lot of things. They figure out what tools are being used in the background and, you know, how it's being built, what frameworks are being used in the background, and so on. So in this video, I'm going to break down 3 things. We're going to go through Manus AI, explore that chat group, and test Open Manus, the open source alternative, and see if it's actually legit or not. Okay, so let's dive in. Okay, so we are in their site, and this is what Manus does. Manus is a general AI agent that bridges minds and actions. It doesn't just think, it delivers results. Manus excels at various tasks in work and life, getting everything done while you rest. Okay, pretty good marketing from their side. I'll give it to them. But you see where they're going for, right? General AI agent. They're going for AGI in this case. This is probably a video of their co-founder talking about it. Oh, I like the tilt on that video. It's pretty cool. But anyways, if you want to try Manus, probably click here. As you see here, we need an invitation code for that. Ain't no way we're getting that. And we see here the use case gallery. So I'm pretty sure these are demonstrations across different verticals. So education, data analysis, research, and the featured ones. So let's try some. So let's try this interactive course. Let's look at the UI. Okay, so it looks like Anthropic or OpenAI. No wonder. Cool. So you can see on the left, it's doing all these actions. It's telling you what actions it's doing. On the right, so you can step back on the actions. Okay, that's pretty cool. And I see that it's executing commands on its own virtual machine. That's pretty cool. It's doing some browsing. Hey, didn't allow me to. Okay, let's watch that again. Okay, cool. It has a sandbox, its own terminal, it can run stuff, changing directories even. That's pretty cool. It's creating a markdown file. Okay, so this is I think this is pretty interesting. So it's doing this research before in order to understand what to showcase. I think this is a pretty good. The element of human feedback, right? Or at least human observation. I think it's really powerful with these solutions. I think this always has to be the case for anything that involves agents, right? Things that happen autonomously. I think the element of, you know, having and observing what the agent is doing at every single point in time and being able to trace back is an important feature for sure. Okay, so we get a zip file. Not sure what that is, but we get other stuff as well. So we get this HTML structure. Okay, cool. So we get a little quick website. It's built on HTML, and let's see if it works. So, okay, we can change that. We can change that as well. Okay, there's an arrow there indicating the velocity. Pretty cool. I love these interactive sites. So let's give it a play. Cool. Cool. So we can pause it. Okay, so I mean, it's not greatly polished, but what can I expect from an AI agent like this? Not expecting crazy stuff, but look, this is pretty good. You know, given that this is being done autonomously without any feedback, I think that's already like pretty big thing. Okay, so it tells you what's happening. That's pretty cool. You can see elastic connections, inelastic collisions as well. Oh, just leaves. Okay, I don't know if that's supposed to happen. Let's pause that, reset that, and let's change the velocity to positive on the right side. Okay, cool. And then it goes. Oh, it actually bounces back. Okay, so you see there's little nuances, but it's to be expected. Okay, let's try one last example. Let's do meditation audio. Okay, what's this about? Let me create a 5-minute meditation audio. My name is Wayne and I like the ocean. Okay, but yeah, I'm in love with this. I like this visualization part of things, right? Where you can actually watch what the agent is doing. I think this is going to become a core feature for agentic applications that will succeed. There's always that need for human validation, at least for now. I know it's going to get to a point where we're not going to have to validate anything anymore. So what did it? Okay, let's play this.
Hello, Wayne. Welcome to this ocean meditation. Find a comfortable position, either sitting or lying down.
That's not the ocean sound. That's probably like a You know those instruments that have like little balls inside it and then you can shake it, maracas or something. I don't know what they're called, but yeah, it sounds like that more than the ocean. But you can see like it's still pretty raw. So yeah, no one is coming to take your job, guys. But it's a cool glimpse at seeing like what autonomous systems can do now. That's pretty much it. If you want to go to the website, go for it. I'll leave a link in the video for sure. But I'm pretty sure if you type Manus, it should be there. But anyways, I think this is great. Now let's go to the open source version. I have already set this up on my terminal, and if you want the step-by-step guide on how to do this, I'll leave this in my community. Okay, so I recently launched this community called Neural Architects. I'll leave a link in the description as well. So my plan is to bring in passionate people here in the group that want to build software solutions and also no-code, low-code automations, right? Get them all together so that we can collaborate and build the systems of the future. So feel free to join. The link is below, and I'll be adding a lot of stuff, including the step-by-step on how to launch this locally, right? Launch the open source version of Manus, which I'm going to show you now. So it's this library on GitHub. And there's a couple of steps that I have to do. I install some requirements and whatnot. But once you have it, all you have to do is do Python main.py. Make sure you have Python installed. I'm using Cursor, by the way, if you're wondering. I'm in the directory. I might not be. So let's do cd testing OpenManus. Okay, I'm in right now. And now let's do Python. Cool. So we're gonna run that. And you can see quickly, you're going to briefly see, if I zoom in there, let's perhaps just close this for the moment. You're going to see that at least this open source version is using browser use. So I covered browser use in a previous YouTube video. So it's this open source tool, once again, that you can use. It's like let's say that they try to make it the equivalent of ChatGPT operator. So it uses a tool called Puppeteer in the background. It's a web scraping tool. That basically it gives the agent access to live websites, to dynamic objects on the website, and it's able to interact with them, analyze them, and perform actions such as clicking elements and so on. So this is apparently, from what I see, built on top of that. Okay, so we're going to put in a prompt, and I've tested this already a couple of times, and yeah, don't worry, you can't. The API key is actually longer than that, so you're not going to be able to copy that. But anyways, coming back to this, I have tested it a couple times. One of the projects is actually very interesting. I'm going to show you right now, but I'm just going to enter a new prompt to see if we can get something out of this. So let's put in a prompt. Let's ask it to do some research. Create for me an interactive report with some nice charts regarding the latest advances in AI. Understand what data would be suitable to add on these charts. Only add 2 charts. I want to be able to see this running it locally on my browser. Normally I tell it to use React and Tailwind CSS and ShatCN for components, but I just want to do this and let's see what it comes up with. So you can see that here, executing step 1 out of 40. It's opening this, it's opening stuff. So I guess it's not configured correctly because it just keeps opening and closing different websites that it's researching. But yeah, you can see it can execute 40 steps in this case. You can change the number of steps that it executes, and I'll show you where. It just keeps launching stuff. So yeah, you get the idea. Searching, and it selects the tools that it wants to use. Right at the start, it probably plans the stuff that it needs to do. Depending on how complex the task is, it prepares a little outline on what it needs to do, but I don't expect it to be the best. Well, here's the plan actually. Identify key trends, generate interactive report. So I didn't tell it what to do. It knows that it needs to create an HTML file with libraries like Plotly or Chart.js. Fair enough. So yeah, still going. So no modulate Plotly. So we probably don't have Plotly installed. The thing is that in some cases, it asks me if I can install Plotly library, for example. In this case, it didn't. So let's bring this across and let's see what it created. Okay, so the distribution of objects is not the best, as again, it's open source. So importance score. Chart 1, importance of AI trends. We got generative AI, very important. AI in healthcare, amazing. AI in ethics and regulation, and then you got AI in automation, 80% 8% importance, and it's not out of 100. So that's very interesting. AI trends distribution, same thing, but on a chart. There you go. The thing is that I probably got this. It's just that it doesn't know how to plot things good. This is using a general model. It doesn't have any. I don't know how the prompts work in the background, to be honest, but they don't seem to be good. But yeah, you get the idea. It's okay. It's an open source. But I'm going to show you now another project that really caught my attention. So you're going to see it right now. We're in OpenManus. Now we're going to cd to test2, and we're going to npm install maybe some dependencies that we need to install. Okay, and we're going to do npm start. You're going to see. So I told it to create a ping pong game, right? Also, it was very basic. I told it basic things like create a React app of a ping pong game. And it did it. And you might think from this, well, there's no controls, there's nothing, right? It's just a little ball. Just sure, it's pretty shit. But check this out. I'm moving the left one with W and S, and I'm moving the right one with the up and down arrow. If I get the ball close to the paddle or whatever it is, it's going to bounce back. You see? It's going to bounce back, and I can actually kind of play. And whenever the ball goes through, it actually counts points, right? So if I leave it like that, for example, you can see how player 2 is winning points. So I remember the prompt was very basic. It was create me a React app of a ping pong game. That's all I did. I did this. So, you know, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. It's not great, but we're getting places. If the only thing I have to do is just write a line of prompt. So there you go. So let's stop that and let's show you how it works in the background. So if we go to the app itself, you're gonna see that we get a lot of different repositories or folders. So you can go to the agent one, and you can see here that it has a base one, but the ones that we want to have a look at are the Manus one. I think this is the orchestrator, right? That sits on top. That's what I believe. So especially with this, it says a versatile general purpose agent. So this is the orchestrator, and then it can call a different set of agents. So the planning agent, the React agent, the software engineer agent, I think that's what it is, and then a tool caller. From this one, it calls the planning agent, and then the planning agent decides which other three to use. I think that's how it goes, something like that. And within these, there's going to be a value here that says max steps. So if you know an agent can, you know, iterate and observe, right? So it can launch a tool, or it can use a tool, and then it can get an observation back. And if the observation is bad, meaning that the query from the user, observation from the tool that it ran is not to the standards of the query of the user from the user, then it's going to be able to keep iterating, right? Keep running the tool, or keep running the set of tools, or whatever it needs to do, until what it observes as a result from the tool that it ran is good enough based on the query it got from the user. So this is the max steps. This is how much we allow it to iterate, right? Or loop, if you may. So I said it 40 times. You can do the same with the planning agent, the React agent, right? So I had a little play with, you know, this integer here for each of the agents. And I'm pretty sure you can tweak this to whatever you want. The Manus agent also, you can see, has access to a couple tools. The file saver, browser use tool, it's actually one of the tools, right, that I covered on another video. So that's all. I don't want to get too deep into it. I'm pretty sure if you take this and you pull it together with, I found another repo I'm going to show you. So this is an open source rep from GitHub, right? So let me bring that along. So this is where it's coming from. And the thing is that there's also a front end. So these smart people replicated the front end from Manus. So essentially what you have here, you can potentially, I think they did this already, but you know, you can grab their front end, connect it to this, and you know, obviously iterate and improve on it, and you can essentially get what Manus AI has. Of course, it's definitely hard to do, but you know, the stuff is out there to be able to do it. How do I know this? How do I know that this stuff is out there? So I found this. Okay, this is a thread of conversations. Okay, this is in Gist. Okay, it's a separate thing. It's in GitHub, but it's a thread of conversations, and you can drop some files here. And it's a group of people that prompt injected. You know, in ChatGPT, people at the start, when ChatGPT was a bit new, you could add prompts. And depending on how you structure the prompt, you could get information on how ChatGPT worked. So this is the same. So a group of smart people came together and they prompt injected Manus AI, and they figured out a couple things. They figured out how it works in the background. So I think one of them confirmed that it uses browser use in the background. And this right here is the prompt that it uses as well. And yeah, it's pretty crazy. I don't know what it said about using browser use, but apparently that's what it said in the background. Of course, these are all allegations. These are random people, but this seems pretty legit. But yeah, I'll drop all of this in the community, okay? The Neural Architects community, alongside the guide on how you can get this set up in your local machine. But yeah, this is pretty cool. Yeah, so that's all I wanted to show you. I covered Manus AI. We saw a little bit about what it aims to do, how it intends to get closer to AGI. We saw a couple of use cases in their gallery. Then we checked the open source version, right? I took you through an example of a report that it did, right? It researched online, and then it created an HTML file with a couple of libraries. So I show you also how it works in the background, right? The open source version, and what people claim that they did. So I also show you this, right? A forum where people are prompt injecting Manus, and they're figuring out how it's working in the background. But yeah, I'm pretty sure one of the comments was that it used browser use, which is ridiculous. There you go. And someone made a front end of it. So you can connect this to this backend that I showed you, and you can essentially recreate Manus AI if you have the time and you have the grit to improve on the accuracy of the LLMs and tweaking those little things that I explained before here. But that's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to show. So thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more videos like these. If you didn't like the video for some reason, also let me know why in the comments below. I would really appreciate some feedback. So as you see, I have a new light there. Yeah, just getting some upgrades here in the office. But yeah, let me know if you want to see more videos like these. I want to also understand what other videos do you want to see next. Planning on making obviously more N8N videos, more AI automation videos, but I'm always open to new suggestions, okay? So yeah, it's getting pretty late here. So I'm gonna go and get a little nap. I'll see you guys in a bit.